Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast from me, host Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda Hero Psych Defender of the Fatherland. Off here to a 1 vs 1 on La Glaze. But in the north, we got here Gentlefox fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Taking on the role with the 2nd SS Panzerdivision Das Reich. Here with elite troops chosen with infantry, machine gun, and stormtrooper bulletins. Versus in the south, we got 3imWeckla fighting here for the Commonwealth, the United Kingdom, taking on the role here of the 52nd Infantry Division. 3imWeckla apparently being a reference to 3 sausages in a bread roll. Why he's named that, I do not know. But we got a double section start here for 3, with noting Barber he's got Vanguard, special weapons, and a mobile assault with commando, cromwell, and infantry bulletins. Gentlefox, they're choosing his stocks, and it's, well, soon as time, because, well, there's not really much to choose from, so there's not really much point in delaying the choice anyways, you know. It's like, you know, do I go elite troops here or do I go for elite troops later? Triple section there though for 3imWeckla, Grenadier MD42 there for Gentlefox, Water Center quickly falls back there, as his pioneers obviously really can't fight off against the Tommies. In this case, the section was about here pretty much preventing from rushing in towards there. So he's clearly trying to gain control of the centre, so hopefully he doesn't try and overdo that, which tends to be a flaw some players make. You know, they tend to get too focused on the centre of the map, basically, you know, entrapping themselves there, losing control of the resources. Interesting enough, he's not using the machine gun close to the front line, he's sending the machine gun towards the fuel point there. That's a bit strange in terms of capping order there from Gentlefox. Pioneers falling back there. As we can see, 3imWeckla section for sort of further pressing. We also got a very early mortar choice. We've got Grenadiers, Pioneers, MD42, and a mortar for Gentlefox. I mean, in terms of build orders, that one also stands out as being a bit unique there from Gentlefox. Most Gentlefoxes. Section out there versus the Grenadiers. Section setting up here. Mortar there might as well to deal with that. MD42 to deal with that. Pioneers going for the fuel point. Mortar should be able to deal a bit with this section here as well. Might surprise 3imWeckla a bit. I mean, again, in terms of build orders, this is an unusual one. So, I mean, it could potentially throw off 3imWeckla for just a few moments, but probably not for long. And meanwhile, though, 3imWeckla here going for a sapper section. Likely from Minesweep, of course, also works here with mobile assault, and lastly, the flamethrowers he can get from that. And on a map like La Glace with a lot of shorter corners, a lot of heavy coming, a lot of houses, a flamethrower could be a pretty good choice, lastly, for 3imWeckla and the 52nd Infantry Division. We got 6 Grenadiers Grenadiers fighting from the house there, and we got a second mortar for Gentlefox. He's going for Grenadier MD42 into double mortars. That's definitely not your usual Wehrmacht build order. I mean, it is very light infantry, which is actually something rather risky for the Wehrmacht, but double mortars, that certainly stands out. So that's definitely a bit unusual. We got a second sapper section there for 3imWeckla. He's going heavy in the infantry as again. Gentlefox has basically only got the Grenadiers at the moment, so he might be pushing his luck a bit. The MD42 needs to get out of there before he gets wiped. But certainly quite a loss here for Gentlefox and the 2nd SS in the early game. Sabbers there slowly done there for 3imWeckla, and nothing further though from him as of yet beyond that, though again just a lot of infantry. I mean, he could consider some grenades, you know, to sort of support a section that, giving some more offensive firepower here versus Gentlefox in these closer quarters. I mean, they would certainly do, I think, 3imWeckla a bit of good there. The Mills bombs. Here's Sappers pushing back the Pioneers from the eastern victory point before securing it. Oh, they're actually moving on towards the fuel point. Certainly also valid and not badly at all there by 3imWeckla. No, he's laying down mines. Right, I'm being a harder time here predicting what 3imWeckla is doing, but then again, with a man who decides to call himself after 3 sausages in a bread roll, well, not exactly someone who's going to be, you know, the most easy to figure out. Mortified there against the Grenadiers hold up here in the cafe. They need to fall back soon. They're very low on health. They could easily wiped at this stage by 3imWeckla. Very, very, very low on health. We've of course got the double mortars here, but they're having a bit of a hard time catching 3imWeckla's infantry because they keep moving around those unsporting bastards. Securing the eastern fuel point there with the sappers, sectioning up against Info2 plus of course the Grenadiers. We got a synchronized squad there for Gentlefox. Do we only take up? We do, but yet any sort of light mechanized company. As for 3imWeckla, we got the armored car being requisitioned. Big push towards sending up towards Gentlefox's base. Almost got the Pioneers. Mortar there firing away. Second mortar could also infuse report not more preoccupied with the section here. There you go. 8 centimeter mortar rounds landing down here. Mortar there close being knocked out, but there you go. Grenadiers moving forward. Sappers almost killed. And there you go. A lot of British corpses. There goes sample section down. Bit of a loss there for 3imWeckla. Bit of a loss here. We also got artillery in the form of the pyrotechnic supplies for 3imWeckla's infantry section. So this is certainly looking to be a rather unusual fight. Gentlefox is yet to get the take-up. Looks like he's going to like to make a nice company up. Did support the 2nd SS. One of the first, well, 3 SS units, obviously. Started out as sort of a regiment, later expanded into an infantry division, then a motorized infantry division, then Panzer Grenadiers since they switched names, and then sort of Panzer Division. So a little fun fact there. Overall performed pretty well, I think. I'd like to make a nice company up there. Section there being suppressed by the unfortunate nice decision. Yeah, they of course got the mortar firing down as well. Not quite landing any hits. Gunner's going there for the fuel punch to regain it for the fatherland. Replacement service there for 3imWeckla. Still no sign of doctrine from him. Gentlefox here ready to of course pop a grenade if necessary. And there you go, like in case of grenade. Stielhandgranate. Schnell, Ludwig. The Granate. Ludwig. I said schnell. Not tomorrow, you idiot. So I'd like to make a nice company up there for Gentlefox. A half check here could help out, you know. Bit of support for the infantry and so on. Of course, he might work since against the British. He might be hit by an armoured car at this stage. So it could open up for other things. Pack 40, more infantry. Panzer Grenadiers in this map be quite helpful. Grenadiers to hit a mine. Gentlefox having a very rough start here versus 3imWeckla. Very rough start. I mean, he's in many ways got a lot more sort of firepower. But again, the large amount of infantry for 3imWeckla sort of makes it a bit harder for Gentlefox to push out since he's low on infantry in comparison. So it's in some ways, while yet a strong, hard-hitting formation that Gentlefox has got these composition, the problem is it doesn't offer itself up for very mobile play, and that rather means to play with a lot more mobility and thusly a lot more infantry rather can contain Gentlefox as long as he doesn't do anything too silly. In this West Pioneers push back with the sappers again. Armoured car there on the way for 3imWeckla, and is there? Somehow managed to let the section get past them. Concussive grenade there, but they're going to have to retreat. They're going to have to retreat. And then they get stunned by their own grenade. I told you, count to 3, Fritz. I'm sorry. I never learned how to count. Scheiße. Got Stormtrooper squad out here. So in this case, he's trying to sort of take care of a bit of the issues there, but of course calling in Stormtroopers. Bit expensive, but they are slightly above your average Grenadier because they're actually harder to kill than your Grenadiers. So that certainly helps out a bit. Plus, of course, we get them assault rifles. They'll be really, really, really good. Plus, I mean, there's no training time, so in that sense, another advantage with Stormtroopers calling is yes, instant. You can sort of just get the fresh infantry out to the field where needed, right on the spot. Ports to the west with the Grenadiers. We got the south moving up there with flamethrowers. We got mobile assault versus elite troops. Hiding out there in ambush mode. No, actually falling back from behind the church. Armoured coming out on the west side, the AC Mark III. And up here, reinforcements. Bunker up there to heal his men. And there you go, Grenadier. Very rapidly falling back in the face of the south. We've got the Stormtroopers engaging with the K-9TKs, firing away there at the sappers out in the open. Technically, the Germans didn't actually have Stormtroopers as such. There's more World War I thing. But obviously, the thing is to keep in mind is that they rather sort of based all of the infantry on the Stormtroopers sort of doctrine of World War I, and so in that sense it's sort of carried over that way, where the Stormtroopers towards a lot of the infantry, since that was sort of how they were built and trained around. That's a little fun fact. Of course, you could still have storm units, for example, assault units, but they sort of be either, you know, partly some are just more name, but others are just sort of more of an ad hoc organisation. You know, they'd form up storm groups, you know, from, you know, some of their best men, you know, take care of sort of special situations. That's an example. We got medic bunker up here for Gentlefox in his base. It's losing control of the centre there as 3imWeckla swiftly advances for King and Country. Alright, Harold, I need you to watch out for mines, booby traps, and any uns. Uns? You know, uns. Oh, you mean Germans? Well, of course I mean Germans. Where are you from? Well, you know. Scotland? Oh. Anyways, armoured coming about here in the east. Pack 40 there for Gentlefox. Armoured car, they're firing at the Stormtroopers. And there we go. Cat wants to get in as well. Disputing the slightly wet cat. So there you go, we got the Pack 40 out here for Gentlefox, the Panzer Abwehrkanone 40. Section hanging about here. No sign of grenades there for 3imWeckla. It only seems like a lot of the British players just don't appreciate grenades. Like it seems like, you know, American players are catching on, but for the British players, it's like, you know, good lord, grenades, that's uncivilized. Someone could get hurt. I don't know. Anyways, got section about this. We don't need to get into the house there. Oh, never mind, the house is about to collapse by the looks of it. Looking forward to the mortar blast. We pack 40 up to support here. The stormtroopers low on health, low on numbers. Mortar landing around here next to the armored car. Pack 40 nearby. He needs to be careful. Actually, he feels like Gentlefox is very quickly extending, which is actually going to make it easy for 3imWeckla to push him back. So a bit risky here for Gentlefox. Bit risky.
We're losing a capture point.
His mortars so far have not had the biggest impact on 3imWeckla either at the moment, who's brought up his own anti-tank gun here, the 6-pounder gun. Troops reinforcing, healing. More pioneers there for Gentlefox. No tech off the but again. I mean, 3imWeckla has been just so consistently able to deny Gentlefox fuel again. That's a bit the issue with having too little infantry. And again, also I think playing some of the support ones a bit too, you know, static. Again, the machine gun there, and particularly if you have little infantry and so on there, you need to play a machine gun a lot more aggressively. So in that regard, I think Gentlefox's start has perhaps a bit too passive, too defensive, which is rather not 3imWeckla again just control the resource flow much better here than Gentlefox. In fact, see, it is already taken up there for tanks, and Gentlefox is nowhere near close to be able to get out a tank or even a Stug here versus 3imWeckla. So that could be a big problem here for Gentlefox and the 2nd SS. Sabs moves straight to the MB42. Pack 40 sitting up there, goes, shoots and hits a fountain. That's not really a good shooting there. Got the storms coming towards the victory point. Their fuel was caught by a few remaining grenadiers. Pioneers setting up in a house firing with the MP4's got grenadiers closing up with the G43s here. Sappers suppressed, Pack 40 against well. Mortars just hammering away with 8cm bombs. In the far west, we've got pioneers from about this one. Mines, we've got mines down there from 3imWeckla, which is good, but they might get swept here, which is less good for him. Good for Gentlefox. Looks like in the centre, all resistance collapses with the 52nd Infantry Division here as the Germans break through. And we got a commander squad out here. In this case, he probably tried to call him in the house, but he couldn't. Maybe just with a misclick. It can sometimes you can sort of, if you think you're clicking in the house, you actually click right next to something, and you sort of just call them in. I've had that happen a few times. It rather is rubbish. All the way though, we got the infiltration commanders here with their silent Sten guns. Pioneers a bit of trouble here with the AC in the west. Need to fall back from there, but now I can see Gentlefox with a much better part of the map. Now these grenadiers, by the way, needs to get back as well. They're low on health, low on numbers, low on Deutschland. Meanwhile, Gentlefox finally able to take up here. In the meanwhile, though, 3imWeckla could actually rush out a Centaur right now. I mean, he's reasonably, I think, got sort of room to do it. Of course, we also just go straight for the Cron, but a Centaur right now could work here versus Gentlefox. I think she's trying to tear up nations here for some assault rifles on the stormtroopers.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Commandos hanging about there. Sappers charging forces, stormtroopers doing a bit there. Pioneers getting even support as well. MB42 covering here and there we go, trying to get grenades off. Like gammon bomb there, almost wiping out the stormtroopers, but the loss of got Pioneers doing with the cannon MB42. They're stopping the Sappers, almost wiping them there, and quickly rounds the corner to avoid death at the hands of the Han. Well, the remaining man's death, the rest have died pretty brutally. Commanders there falling back as they can't take out the church that's already popped the grenade, and then the Pioneers can dodge it reasonably well. In the west, we've got more engaged. We've got Sappers versus Pioneers supported here with the armoured car, trying to take out more here of 3imWeckla. But there you go, caught on the mine and wiped. Not good there for Gentlefox. Not good. Sex moving up here for the centre. Still no sign of grenades here for 3imWeckla. Again, he's got an option for till. In fact, has called in some from his 25-pounder guns, probably to help trying their turn. Just overpower a bit Gentlefox briefly there, thanks to the solid mortars. Again, they aren't doing too much, but they're slowly getting there. But it seems like they're mostly just doing damage, but without really landing any kills. While they're having a bit of an impact, it's probably more just mental pressure here than sort of any actual manpower pressure on 3imWeckla. Stormtroopers going to advancing veteran 3 here. Suprema Core needs to get up there fast for him. We got the Cromwell there for 3imWeckla. No Centaur for him. No thanks. More Pioneers there for Gentlefox to replace the ones lost there in service against the Tommies. And we got the armored car there running about. Probably one of the heaviest, if not the heaviest armored car in the war. Partly because it used parts from medium and heavy tanks, well, specifically infantry tanks, like, you know, the Valentine and the Matilda. Section they're wiped here by mortars. There you go. Gentlefox's mortars all of a sudden paying themselves off quite handsomely there. Commanders almost wiped out as well. They're looking a bit grim there for 3imWeckla. Looking a bit grim as Gentlefox's forces advance slowly. Cyber section running about here. Stainless Suprema Core for Gentlefox. That's for 3imWeckla. No weapon racks and no grenades either. But there you go. Cromwell up front. We got a second commander squad up here as well. Right behind the mortars. There we go. Wiping that with a precision strike. Could have tried stealing them. They're a bit risky, but we've certainly gotten him at the Trilly Peace Plus, of course, tonight. One to Gentlefox. Still, that's going to have a bit of an impact there on Gentlefox. Might be even more paranoid about any sheds. Enacting the infamous shed order from Sefira. All sheds must be banned, since they might be hiding partisans, commandos, and other things I do not like. Of course, it's less talked about compared to the Commissar order or the Commander order, but the Führer shed order nonetheless had an impact across Europe. Note, I make that one up just in case someone really tries to ask for it. Troops there healing, reinforcing. Oh, Sab's about naked to get wiped out. Still, 2 commanders will be a lot of fire here for 3imWeckla. Really, I think would benefit from either Bren guns or just access to grenades on his regular infantry as well. But he needs to be careful not tank too hard into sort of Gentlefox's front lines there. And Gentlefox, of course, would benefit from just upgrading his Stormtroopers with assault rifles. We could actually call in another Stormtrooper squad now. We could also go for munitions caches. A few options there. Mostly primarily pressure on the centre. And these again, he's trying to push out here, branch out to less than promised. Gentlefox again just hasn't sort of been able to really get there because again, he's too defensive otherwise. So it just gives Weckla sort of an easy way of just countering that. So we'll have to see what Gentlefox does. But soon as the moment they should be able to sort of pressure out there. Pioneers hard at work.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
And there goes Stormtroopers into the commander. Silent Sten guns there, making very short work of the vast majority of the unit. Only one man makes out there, and that is Bernhard. Troops are healing, reinforcing. Shed destroyed. The shed order must be carried out at all costs. And there you go, Stug on the way there for Gentlefox and the 2nd SS. Commanders hiding there, ambushed behind a bench. Or sort of. Apparently someone was telling a really loud joke. Hey, did you hear one about the vicar, the nun and the hun? Yeah, I would like to hear that one too, mein Freund. Oh, shit. Fire! You know what they say about commanders? They can't shut up. Anyway, troops are standing about. Grabbing the centre victory point there with the Grenadiers, pushing up the west here with the Pioneers. I mean, what Weckla probably should try and do is either push up through here, the west or through here. I mean, he needs to be careful about just pushing into towards the centre there. I mean, a good hit on the flanks here could do a lot for, I think, Weckla here versus Gentlefox. Meanwhile, though, Weckla bring up another tank there, another Cromwell. First one firing right at the Germans in the centre. And we got the Stug there moving up. Fires and misses. Not good accuracy there. And then it goes section versus Grenadiers. Cromwell there halfway done for Weckla. Attack 40 slightly rolling back here. could benefit from throwing the machine gun down to the Stug, and there we go. Yes, yes. In this case, I'd almost say cancel it. Go for some assault rifles and your stormtroopers first. Machine gun there, wiped by light gun bomb. Or did he actually go? No, he didn't go for the grenade. It was light gun bomb there. More stormtroopers called in here for Gentlefox. Come on. Oh, making off the machine gun. Can he get it? Artillery raining down here. 25-pounder guns sounding off to silence the Germans. And there we go. He makes off with the machine gun there under cover of artillery. Nicely done there by Weckla. Nicely done. Western victory point secured there by Pioneers. Got the Cromwell moving up. Commander up for it as well. Bit difficult here for Gentlefox to push with the artillery, certainly disrupting any pursuit to any advance even. I mean, basically what Weckla did is partly just use the artillery just to cover up an area, just deny access through the area with the artillery. And that's actually also a good way of using it in case, you know, these longer firing barrages. It's not so much to destroy something, it's just to pretty much just lock down an area for passage for the enemy. Or blocking fire. Cromwell then needs to push back, taking heavy fire from the Stug and the Pack 40 here. On the other hand, Gentlefox is careful not to push his Stug too far ahead. It's a Stug, not a Panther, or a Tiger, or a King Tiger. Smoke there, trying to find the armoured car there. There you go, reveals the Stug though, so they can fire back at the Stug through the smoke as well. They need to be careful with the Stug. That's from one gain though. Opening up for target weak point if it's a heat round. And there you go, Crom push back, armoured car, 6-pounder gun here as well. Storms moving up through here. Still assault rifles there for Gentlefox. They're starting to bring up more infantry to the field here with 2 Stormtrooper squads to work with the 2 Grenadier squads. Harassment in the west, ported by the Cromwell here. Careful there with the Stug. Fox. Ah, scheisse. Not Gambon, but bundle grenade. They're taking up anti-tank and crew. Storms run off. We got double commanders. They're pushing forwards with their silent Sten guns. Almost wiping out the commanders there. They need to be careful. Need to be careful. Grenadiers almost dead as well. Could see a wipe. They could see a wipe. Stug doing what he can, but there you go. He's not fast enough. Not fast enough. There you go. Taking out with a shot through the side armor, leaving it a burning wreck there. 3rd Stormtrooper squad. Gentlefox not giving a definite large chunk of infantry to help compete with all of 3imWeckla's infantry. I mean, now all of his support weapons will certainly work a lot better. MG42 there for the bitches back at base still. Cromwell's need repairs. So we got 3 Stormtrooper squads here for Gentlefox, 1 veteran to the other, veteran to naught. But there you go, gets a wipe on one of Weckla's veteran commander squads. Sabs under fire from the Grenadiers, the Stormtroopers, 2 squads moving ahead. Note this little icon they're using for the Stormtroopers, actually the divisional icon of the Brandenburger Panzergrenadier Division, and previously the Brandenburgers. Initially sort of a Spec Ops unit, by the way, but later turned into a regular Panzergrenadier Division at some point in the war. For what reasons though, I am less sure, but they just figured it weren't necessary, just turned into sort of, you know, reasonably elite Panzergrenadier Division. Though I don't know so much about its status there. But I do know it's actually formed up with the Großdeutschland Panzer Division to form up the Großdeutschland Panzer Corps. As a fun fact. Bit of a bloody nose here for Gentlefox. Still, he's actually got now most of the map here compared to 3imWeckla. Again, running into more issues. He's speeding up infantry, and again, he hasn't upgraded his infantry. Again, there's been no grenades. I mean, all it's got then is like gammon bombs, and there's been no, you know, weapon racks or anything like that for his troops either. So he's sort of beginning to struggle here with Gentlefox's larger numbers supported by artillery, but of course also just the Stormtroopers, and of course he's got access to grenades himself, so in that regard, in many regards he's got a bit of an advantage here and there. We got a Panther Strike up there for one of Gentlefox's Stormtroopers. No assault rifles. I mean, he's clearly worried about the Cromwells, but I don't know. Might just be me. Stormtrooper assault here supported by Gunners Pioneers in the centre. They got a single section there. No cover, no trenches. Makes it very easy there for the Germans to brush them off the point. Six-pounder gun moving up. The commanders creeping up there. Trying to sneak up on those dastardly hands, and there you go. One hell of a light gun bomb on the cafe, and there you go. Blowing out several windows. Possibly a door. And the cafe latte machine. Ah, scheisse. How will I ever get my caffeine fix? You could have some air sets cafe like the rest of us, Dieter. Stop pretending you're better than us. just because you're from Silesia, you prick. Anyways, Commander sitting right there. Stormtroopers making their way back, and we got here some reinforcement healing going on. And Telemines here to protect there's an eastern flank here from 3imWeckla's armor. But he might get spotted here before he's done with it. We'll have to see here. But still 3imWeckla, and then again he's suffering from a lot of munitions issues at the moment, so I doubt weapon max would do well, but still maybe grenade would just give him a bit of extra punch at times versus his opponent. Replacement commanders could also be an option. Then again, more Cromwells or a Centaur. I mean, his opponent does have a lot more infantry now, so Centaur just help pressure them could be pretty good there for 3imWeckla and the 52nd Infantry Division. Stuke down the way for Gentlefox, second one. Fun fact, in late 1944-45, it was not uncommon, by the way, to see a Panzer battalion, this the one for the Panzer Force, actually equipped with Stooks as well, because they couldn't actually get the full allotted number of Panzer Force they're supposed to have, so in many cases they'd be given Stooks as replacements. Fun fact. And in general, the Stuke would sort of be posted in any case where they couldn't get what they're supposed to, which I think really just sort of highlights ultimately the versatility of the Stuke to an extent. I mean, of course, it wasn't a proper replacement for a Panzer, but you know, it could extent you still carry off some of the roles like infantry support and the likes there. Cromwell up the engagement on the easier, pushing them back, blasting forwards. Big armoured assault here from 3imWeckla, but with no infantry support, it is a bit risky there. I mean, he's sending his tanks in blindly here to an extent there, and rushing straight and the Pack 40 to also risk. We got a Stu here coming up, Panther Strike Stormtrooper again. He's quickly losing one Cromwell here. He's not actually doing a lot of damage to Gentlefox. I mean, he's almost got a Pack 40, but that's not worth it. There you go. Lost the armoured car to the Telemine. I mean, he loses the Cromwell as well. That's going to be a massive catastrophe there for 3imWeckla. There you go. He almost lost the Cromwell. He's got the Scoop, the hot in pursuit there for 3imWeckla's Cromwell tank. Sappers can't do anything. They got no anti-tank weapons there to stall the Sturmgeschütz. Stormtroopers fighting covering fire here. The west of it got another Storm squad they're finding out from the increasingly battered cafe there against the Saxon members. He actually bolted them by now. That's not bad. Stuke here continue hop pursuit. They go at the 6-pounder gun covering. He needs to be careful not to lose another Stuke here. That'd be a bit silly for Gentlefox, but still pretty good engagement there. Very odd assault there by 3imWeckla. I guess it was sort of a flank assault there, which is nice, but it really should have just broken off at that point once we realised the flank was actually pretty well guarded. Honestly, we're probably better off trying to launch a flank assault through here, get behind that way. I mean, that's sort of the funny thing. Most players will always try to flank through if they have to flank. They tend not to look into this area, which is actually usually then a pretty good flank corridor. But otherwise, another good rule of thumb is, if you flank here, try to flank here next. At least just shift it up. If you go too much on one flank, you know, they're going to catch on to you. Cromwell on the way there for 3imWeckla. Stormtroopers there pushed back by the double sections. Veteran 3, Veteran 2. Commanders closing Veteran 3, and there you go, another Cromwell here for 3imWeckla. Gentlefox got a machine gun there, but then again, he might also benefit from just adding assault rifles to the Stormtroopers. Now he goes for the machine gun on the Stuke. The pintle mounted machine gun. Fire there. Called in there on Gentlefox's positions. Tommy's Riffley falling back. There's the encounter though, a bit more resistance than perhaps than anticipated. Stormtroopers almost good to go there for Gentlefox and the 2nd SS. Got the commanders swinging in there, Sapper supporting, laying down mines right under the nose of Gentlefox. That is less well advised there by 3imWeckla. Less well advised. In this case, retreats just in time for finishing the mine, then getting murdered by a mortar bomb. That'd been rather awkward there for 3imWeckla. Sappers there, they're closing an eye down. I've got the Stuke firing away there. Stormtroopers got these pushing in as well here. Victory point for us. We've got a small lead for Gentlefox there over 3imWeckla. We'll have to see how long that lasts. Also looks like at this point Gentlefox is just saying up for the Tiger Ace. Calling in one of Germany's finest Tiger crews. There you go, Crom being hammered out here by the Pack 40, quickly forcing him back. They're almost knocked out and left a burning hulk of metal and biscuits. So they're pushed back. We got Crom moving up to deal with the Storms as they hit the western victory point. Shots fired. Sabba's flanking about here. We got more mortified. There we go. Victory 2 on the second one. One victory 3 seconds. Got 12 kills now. And there you go. Wiped. Machine gun plus a Pack 40 there. Quite a few extensive losses there for 3imWeckla. Need to be careful with that. You need to be very careful. And they can't exactly sustain these kind of losses in the longer term versus Gentlefox. More commandos here, peering through the cafe, and there go. Quick light gun bomb right in the midst of it, but quickly dodged here. So ultimately not having a big impact there on Gentlefox. And will he finally go for the assault rifles on his stormtroopers? He's got 100 munitions now. He's got it. He can do it. You can do it, Gentlefox. You can do it. Germany knows it now. Can not. Panzerfaust then the Cromwell, damaging the Indian. And then the Stuke follows up here to finish off the wounded prey. And there you go. Gentlefox indeed go for the ace here. Target weak point just in case versus the Cromwell, in case that shot was not enough to finish it off. But he's prevented from sort of getting any more hits in. So there you go. Ace out there for Gentlefox. Cromwell moving ahead here. He's going to need a Firefly to have a chance. At the same time, 3imWeckla's forces are just decreasing, looking battered. And unveteran as again, Gentlefox just got an increasingly large force here. With a lot more support weapons at this point. Oh, he needs to get those gundies out before they get annihilated. But there you go, the ace advances. With its 88mm gun. Fight there, almost got the commandos wiped. Need to be very careful there, 3imWeckla. Need to be very careful. In fact, not being careful enough. He gets wiped and retreat as the ace fires 88mm round after 88mm round, but just can't seem quite to get the kill there. So a small bit of luck there, I suppose, for Gentlefox.
We have 200 points now.
And there's East Sappers pushing up. There we got victory points got here by commandos. Desperate trying to stem the flow of victory points there. It's just not looking good there for him at the moment. Could again try for the assault rifles here for this Stormtroopers there, Gentlefox. We got the Cromwell there rolling about. And these Stormtroopers back commando squad as well. And the West there pushed back. Still no assault rifles. Gentlefox, come on, man. Don't go for that many Stormtroopers and don't equip at least one of them with the assault rifle. That's practically criminal. That is practically criminal.
We're losing a capture point.
And looks like we got sandbags down here. Got the Stuke though, and the Tiger is counter-attacking. There you go. Vicious hits are delivered. Half the section gone in a matter of seconds. Thankfully, the Germans can't seem to land any hits after that. Come on, Fritz, you're embarrassing us right in front of the Tigers. Ooh, I need a good gunner now. So act like one. At least for 5 seconds. Stormtroopers then run for the Cromwell, hastily trying to escape as the Cromwell is in hot pursuit. Well, lukewarm pursuit, really, I suppose. Sabba's then not having the best of days and gets into the house, runs on the ace. Oh dear. And looks like 3imWeckla realises that was a pretty bad idea. He's clearly, I think, saving up for the Firefly at this point. Of course, Naga could have been good as soon as they take that for something bigger, just was too slow, but I'm sure they've done that much earlier on since we're just going for all those Cromwells. Right now, he's going to need a Firefly, and there you go. Sherman Firefly, also known as the Sherman VC. I think the Firefly was sort of a designated, sort of came much later, really, before it sort of really became sort of what's known for. Us, I think, just primarily back in the war, actually known as the Sherman VC, as a little fun fact there. Cromwell forwards right into the Aces line of fire. And there you go. Assault rifles on the stormtroopers. Tactical advance. Gute Arbeit, Leute. Firefly halfway down there for CoH2. Sabbath clearing up points here in the west for any mines. As Gentlefox has been busy there laying down the S mines. Firefly almost done there for CoH2. Almost. Commando's hiding there, watching as the Tiger Ace drives by and tries not to, draw any unwanted attention. And then someone cracks a joke again. There we go, the Firefly out there for 3imWeckla, equipped with the 17-pounder gun. Sabs there being blasted by the Tiger Ace. And he's sending it in on its own. That's a really bad idea there by 3imWeckla. Particularly since Gentlefox actually supports his tanks there with infantry. So it's definitely something there 3imWeckla should be really careful about then sending in a Firefly on its own, because that Firefly is always going to get picked apart pretty rapidly. He's sitting in the Cromwell there, but still no infantry support there for his armour versus Gentlefox's infantry supported armour. Stormtroopers a section there. Tactical advantage, there you go. Got those Tommies running.
Squad knocked out.
Section down here.
The capture point is being overrun.
Means he's actually got only one infantry section left. The rest is Saps and Commandos. And there you go.
The squad's gone.
Commandos obliterated here by the Tiger Ace. Commandos obliterated by the Tiger Ace. Now that Commando squad out here for 3imWeckla. But right on to the point again, right in the area where the Tiger has been, and of course there's plenty of other units about as well here, so I think was less well advised there for him. Second Commando squad here versus the Tiger Ace. The Tiger Ace just burst through the wall there, hot in pursuit there of the Commandos. Grenadiers and Pioneers flying, which got the Pack 40. He's clearly trying to support his Tiger Ace reasonably well. Even got the Stoop following up, though does mean the rest of the map is actually rather open here. And there goes Sappers and Armour moving towards the centre here. 100 points left here for 3imWeckla versus Gentlefox. Can he pull this game around somehow? But there he goes straight into Pantrix. Double Pantrix left for Gentlefox. Commander takes a few hits. Let's miss though. Firefly shoots. Has not been ordered to just prioritise vehicles. He should definitely do that, since the Firefly does have a high rate of fire. So that could prove critical during the engagement. He just decides to fight some infantry, which he really should not be doing as priority. Almost got the Cromwell there. Firefly moves up, but now again, all the rest of the screen is pretty much gone. The Cromwell's gone, and the Firefly is now the primary target for any German armour and anti-tank weapons, which is definitely not really what the Firefly was made for. Shot fire there, though, bounced off the Tiger's 100mm thick armour. Got a Pantrick there connecting. Stoop there, I think getting off was the Pack 40. I'll wait, penetrating it down the Firefly. He is moving ahead. Stoop there, looks like needing repairs. Virginie too.
Our capture point. They're trying to take it.
Firefly shoots, misses, takes a hit there from the Pack 40. And go, got the Firefly forced back into 3imWeckla's base.
50 points left.
50 points left. Not good there for 3imWeckla. Not good.
Enemy causing trouble.
Now we can see Gentlefox is going to think just straight attack into it. Tiger Ace blitzing, going straight for the Firefly, going for the biggest threat first. Good prioritization there. Almost got it. One more hit, one more hit. Decides to pull back here before he gets hit with some tulip rockets. I think that's what he's probably worried about, just a tulip rocket strike, leaving his Tiger incapacitated. Units wiped there, Stu moving up to support here. And commands out, and then we got GG there from 3imWeckla, GG and GG from Gentlefox.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
Stu moving in. First here versus the Firefly. Could target weak point. Oh, misses. Misses. Where's the ace? There you go. Target weak point. Still fires the Chula rockets there, blinding the Stug and stunning it. Good hit there, Pack 40 setting out. Tiger shoots, misses, gets a hit on the Sapper instead. Almost got the Firefly, and there go the Firefly. Goes down, the munition is cooked off, and the Cromwell is next. And with that, 3imWeckla's got pretty much nothing left to the Tiger. Finishes off the rest alongside with the Stug, and there you go, GG. Game over. I'll also here for 3imWeckla, victory for Gentlefox and the second SS. A brutal fight here. Overall, 3imWeckla started out quite nice again. Gentlefox's force was simply too low in infantry, which again allowed 3imWeckla to sort of pull around him. The problem was 3imWeckla, I think, wasn't good enough to take advantage of what he had there. No upgrades for his infantry, no grenades, no bullets to section, or nothing. While he went for armor, I think he could also make better armor choices, and I think he should have tried to take up there, either for Churchill's or for Comet's sort of longer runs, so he had an even better chance to once Gentlefox actually began bringing up more armor. Plus, I think, you know, rather got too overconfident, just attacked head on at weird spots, didn't try to actually pull off any good flanks there, which I think also gave Gentlefox more chances of getting back into the game. So I think 3imWeckla needs to work a bit on his tactics and strategy here. I also think he's done well. As for Gentlefox, more infantry in his start, I think double mortars was a bit much there, to be honest. He should have gone for at least more grenadiers early on. I think if he then did that, he might be able to get a fast half. I think he could also probably have done better, but still, he managed to take advantage here of 3imWeckla's mistakes and sort of turn the game around. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, why not subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. If not, send in a replay of your own part of feedback in the comments section. And if you like what I do consider donating or pledging on Patreon. Links are in the video description. Do consider. This is Imperial Link saying cheers. Thank you all for watching. Hope you see you tomorrow for another exciting episode. Bye.